Forecast with meteorologist Jackson Chastain starts now.
Well, I think in terms of evening temperatures, it could definitely be worse, but sitting in the 70s right now, it's relatively comfortable. The only point of contention I'd have is that dew point of 62. That really adds to the mugginess factor that we're seeing outside, and that's the moisture is starting to kind of creep back in to the mid-state. And when that happens, really decreases your outdoor comfort quite a bit. Now, thankfully, we were only in the mid to upper 80s in the afternoon. We're sitting in the 70s now, upper 60s in several places. We expect to cool down just a little bit more, maybe not as cool as we have been. Certainly not the 50s. Upper 60s is going to be a bit more like it. And with the cloud cover that we're seeing right now and further into the evening, it's no surprise, partly, that we stay so high in terms of that evening temperature, because what this is going to do is it's going to help kind of retain some of that solar radiation that's trying to escape from the atmosphere, and it's going to bounce it back down to the surface, keep that overnight temperature just a little bit higher. Now, that the cloud cover, it's going to kind of dissipate as you get closer to sunrise, and when that happens, you'll start to cool down further. But as for tonight, should be kind of a mild one outside. In terms of what's happening over the rest of next week, well, mid to upper 90s in terms of those temperatures. Kind of a rough one, but we kind of expected this. And with the gigantic heat dome we basically have building over the United States, what that's going to do is it's going to allow those temperatures to go up and up and up. And notice this, the average about 83 degrees, over 10 degrees above that mark. Certainly, it's going to be probably one of the hottest stretches, if not the hottest stretch that we've seen the entire year. And the reason that we're seeing this at all is there's not a lot of big movers here. There's no low pressure systems. There's nothing that can cause any significant change. You just have all of this high pressure and nothing to do and nowhere to go with it. And so what it does is it just heats us up. It does what it does best. Clears out the air, allows that sunlight to come in and heat us up as much as possible. And you know, thankfully, it could be a whole lot worse. Definitely people sitting in the southeast, we're in the hundreds. And we do have some relief coming up. That's going to be on your Saturday and your Friday. But of course, definitely not the most ideal start to the first full week of September, Taylor. And good beach weather, though, if you think about it. You know, it's going to feel good to get in the water. But what can you do?
Sounds good. Thank you, Jackson.